welcome to my new vlog and channel Be Simple Vlogs, and good morning to all of you, my friends. So today we start Cambridge Connection, book number 5, subject science, chapter number 6, solids, liquids and gases. This will be part 2, the second 2 pages. And I have told you the most information about this chapter in part 1, but I should tell you one more information about this chapter, that I will give you some links, okay, some QR codes that you should take this screenshot of that part, and then you can scan it by Google Lens, and then you can read that. Okay, so let's start. Solution and solubility. A solution is a mixture in which a solute dissolves in the solvent at a particular temperature. The substance that gets dissolved in the solution and is present in lesser quantity is called the solute. The substance that dissolves the solute particles into itself to make a solution and is present in larger quantities called solvent. So you can see a activity making a salt solution, and these are the scanners. You can see activity making salt solution. So the salt solution, let me tell you that salt is the solute and water is the solvent in salt solution. Solution is a mixture in which a solute, the salt or sugar or anything, dissolves in the solvent, water, milk or something, anything, at a particular temperature like 24 degree, 30 degree, 100 degree. That is known as solution. And next is solute, the substance that gets dissolved in the solution. The substance that get dissolved like salt, sugar, and there are more things, and is present in very less quantity, in lesser quantity, is called the solute. Now comes the solvent, the substance that dissolves the solute particles like salt or sugar into itself, like water is a solvent. So water dissolves the salt particles into itself to make a salt solution, and is present in large quantity is called a solvent. If we take salt as more quantity and water as very much less quantity, so the solution will not work. If we take the water, means the solvent, in larger quantity and the solute salt in lesser quantity, so the mixture will be formed, the solution. Now there is a second part of types of solutions. Let us learn about different types of solution. You can see this. Let me tell you. Solid in liquid. Types of solution. Type of solution, solid in liquid. In this type of solution, the solute is sugar, solid, and the solvent is water, liquid. Example, sugar solution. Liquid in liquid, water, liquid milk, liquid water in milk. Example, gas in liquid, carbon dioxide gas, water, liquid, soda water. We know that there is space between the molecules of liquids. Let us see how this helps in the solubility of a substance in liquid. Solubility is the ability of a substance to dissolve in another substances at a particular temperature. Like solubility is something that is a stage to dissolve another substance in another substance the particular temperature, like 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, 100 degree, 200 degree. These are different. Solids in liquids. When the molecules of a solid occupy the intermolecular spaces in the molecules of a liquid, the solid mixes with the liquid. Such a solid is said to be soluble in that liquid. For example, salt and sugar are soluble in water. Here, salt and sugar are the solute particles, while water is the solvent. Some solids like sand are insoluble in water, and some liquids like oil is also insoluble in water. When the molecules of a solid occupy the intermolecular spaces in the molecules of a liquid, like suppose water, like sugar, occupy the spaces, intermolecular space between water, and then it mixes, the solid mixes with the liquid. Such a solid is said to be soluble in that liquid. For example, salt and sugar are soluble in water, milk also. Here, salt and sugar are the solute particles, while water is the solvent. Some solids like sand is insoluble in water. Liquids in liquids. When two liquids mix with each other completely, they are said to be miscible. They form a homogeneous solution. For example, water in milk. Homogeneous means consisting of components of the same kind or nature. For example, water in milk. If two liquids do not mix, they are said to be immiscible. They form a heterogeneous solution consisting of components that are not of the same kind or nature. When two liquids like milk and water mix with each other, like oil in water doesn't mix, oil will float. Take a glass of water, add a tablespoon of oil to the water, stir the mixture. You will observe that oil keeps floating on the top and does not mix with the water. Thus, water and oil are immiscible liquids. Gases in liquids. Some gases can dissolve in water. The molecules of gases find spaces between water molecules. Aquatic animals like fish breathe in the oxygen, dissolve in water. Some gases can dissolve in water. The molecules of gases like solid find intermolecular forces in the molecular spaces in the liquids, like that only gas also find the intermolecular spaces between liquids. Aquatic animals like fish, shark, whale, any aquatic animals breathe in the oxygen that is inside the water. Aerated drinks contain carbon dioxide. In fact, a large volume of the gas is dissolved in these drinks under pressure, so as soon as the bottle or can is open, some of the gas comes out in the form of bubbles. So aerated drinks means solutions consisting carbon dioxide gas as solute and water as solvent. So let me tell you that what this para means. Large volume of gas is released in the water under pressure. So as soon as the bottle or can, this is my Didi by the way. So as soon as the bottle or can is open, some of the gas comes out in the form of bubbles. Next is soluble and insoluble substances. Substances that dissolve completely in a liquid are called soluble substances. For example, sugar in water and ink in water. Substances that do not dissolve completely A liquid are called insoluble substances, for example, salt and chalk powder in water. So this was my today's vlog. Bye bye bye.